This morning, we have updates on the school shooting in Georgia, including who's facing charges now.
Plus, Green Bay Packers kick off tonight. We'll explain why the season opener will be a little different. Happy Friday, everyone, and welcome to News 3. And now this morning, I'm Kyrie Lee.
I'm Chris Stanford. A lot of football.
Yes.
Season opener last night for the NFL. Get the Packers tonight. Badgers tomorrow afternoon. Home game.
And
you got
perfect weather.
Yeah, and it's going to be a really interesting weekend because we have a really decent cool down. Fall-like temperatures that are setting up for the next couple of days.
Yeah, that's right, but then we'll bounce right back.
Yeah.
But meteorologist Savannah Brito's out there on the patio now to give us some more updates. Good morning.
Good morning. That's exactly the case. A couple of fall-like days ahead today and tomorrow, but then by Sunday, the second half of this upcoming weekend, we'll see temperatures rebound, not as warm as what we'll see next week, though. I do want to note it's going to be breezy out there today and tomorrow, though, so winds right now are not that big of a deal, up to about 10 miles per hour. That's in Janesville, off towards Milwaukee, a little higher than that. We are going to see gusts return to about 15 to 20 miles per hour, at least by the afternoon. I think a couple areas could be near that 25 even mile per hour range, even close to 30 later today. It stays breezy into tomorrow, so temperatures are actually only going to make it into the lower 60s across most of southern Wisconsin tomorrow afternoon. I am forecasting 64, technically the mid 60s. A few areas could maybe stretch out 64, 65 because we will see some sunshine, but it stays breezy, so it won't feel that great out there. If you like fall-like weather or football, you'll like Saturday better, but if you more so like summer or warmer weather, Sunday definitely the better day. 74, but like I mentioned, still not as warm as Monday. That's when temperatures rebound even more. We'll talk about the cool down, the rain expected today, and then the warmer temperatures that are in the near future coming up.
All right, Savannah, thank you. New this morning, the father of the suspect in custody for this week's Georgia school shooting is now facing charges himself.
Prosecutors accuse 54-year-old Colin Gray of letting his 14-year-old son have a weapon. Police and federal agents are investigating if the father purchased the weapon for his son as a gift. Police say the suspect used an AR-15 style rifle. Local deputies questioned the father and student last year due to posts he allegedly made online threatening to carry out a school shooting. Police say they didn't have enough evidence to make an arrest.
These charges stem from Mr. Gray knowingly allowing his son, Colt, to possess a weapon. He is in custody at this point in time. His charges are directly connected with the actions of his son.
It was a somber scene at Appalachia High School. Dozens laying flowers and memorials for those who lost their lives. Among the victims, two students, 14-year-old Christian Angulo and 14-year-old Mason Schermerhorn. Also dead, two teachers, 39-year-old Richard Aspinwall and 53-year-old Christina Army. He injured 9 others. The shooting came less than a month into the new school year.
I lived in Winder all my life. I'm 15. I've been here like a long time. And I just never thought. That's why my parents came here. It's such a peaceful town, and just nothing ever happened. I didn't think it would be here.
A chaplain who was helping law enforcement had this to say.
Talk to your children. Be engaged in your children's life. One conversation can change a whole lot. One conversation can cost a whole lot.
Meantime, the suspect's father told investigators that he and his son had moved to a new home following a divorce and eviction. He said his son was having troubles at this previous middle school, but was doing better at his new school. The 14-year-old is charged as an adult with murder. He'll make his first court appearance this morning.
And Madison police are weighing in on the shooting as schools are welcoming students back this week. MPD Chief Sean Barnes is calling on the Madison School Board to consider reinstating school resource officers in schools. He released this statement reading in part, quote, "Let us not allow politics to override the safety of our children. We must take proactive steps to prevent tragedies like the one in Georgia from happening in our own community."
Now to our continuing coverage this morning on an update on what was believed to be human remains found in Platteville.
Platteville police say the initial autopsy is complete. Our Michelle Renee Quinn has the details this morning.
Yes, so police said the autopsy did not reveal any outward signs of trauma. Further testing will need to be done to help determine the potential cause of death. However, due to the condition of those remains, it may be impossible to find the cause of death with absolute certainty. Now, to refresh, a couple reported what was believed to be human remains on Monday in a heavily wooded area. After searching, police found an unidentified person dead. The person's name has not been released, but police have confirmed it was an adult white male. Police believe that his death was an isolated incident and that there is no ongoing threat or danger to the public.
Michelle Renee, thanks for that update. It is 6:04 now. A Madison man convicted of killing a toddler will spend the rest of his life behind bars. 26-year-old Marshawn Giles sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. He was found guilty in April of over a dozen charges. In 2022, Giles was arrested, accused of beating a woman and trying to rape her. He also threw a 20-month-old girl toward a bathtub and into a toilet. An autopsy found she suffered a fractured skull as well as blunt force injuries consistent with sexual assault. His defense pleaded not guilty for reasons of insanity. His jurors rejected that plea.
Now to continuing coverage of President Donald Trump's alleged crime. There is no date set for the trial in his federal election interference case. In a hearing yesterday, the judge said it's futile to set a trial date since the issue of presidential immunity will likely play out in courts. This was the first hearing since special counsel Jack Smith revised his indictment. This was in response to the Supreme Court's ruling giving presidents broad immunity. In his other criminal election case in New York, Trump's lawyers are making a last effort to delay his sentencing. A jury found the former president guilty of falsifying business records to influence the 2016 election earlier this year. If and when the legal team's request is denied, the sentencing in this case will be September 18th.
Classes are back in session at UW-Madison this week. Local officials say that this time of year shows increased crime, though. Our Tanisha Shaw looks into it and has more.
Red Zone takes place now until Thanksgiving break on college campuses like UW. Police say they respond to more crime around this time, one of them being sexual assault.
Typically, in a fall semester like we're in now, we do tend to see the number of crime-related issues go up.
Local leaders say during the first few weeks of school, education in the classroom and outside of campus is important.
When you are coming into school for the first time, there is an increase in social interaction. And so whenever there is an increase in social interaction, you are meeting new people. Unfortunately, in those spaces, there is a higher risk of perpetration.
Organizations like the Sexual Violence Resource Center, better known as the RCC, prioritize helping victims.
We have a 24-hour helpline in English language and in Spanish language. They can contact us at any point in time to find out, one, what are next steps if they would like to talk about next steps, or two, just to get emotional support.
Even if a student isn't a victim, there are still ways to help those who are going through a tragic situation.
If there is someone that is close to you that has experienced sexual violence and you want to know how to support, please give our helpline a call. The most important thing that anybody can do is to let that person know that they are believed.
The RCC and police have a 24-hour hotline for victims. We have a link to those numbers on our website right now. Reporting in studio, Tanisha Shaw, News 3 Now.
6:08 now. The 2024 NFL season is officially underway, and as always, the Super Bowl champs.
Packers will kick off their season tonight against the Eagles. This game will look a little different than most. The team is down in Sao Paulo, Brazil, for their very first game in South America. The game will only be available to watch on the streaming service Peacock, and that starts tonight at 7:15.
Figure out the whole Peacock thing today. That's on my to-do list.
Yeah, I would say if you don't have it downloaded, you better get it on the TV, the phone, whatever you need.
Yeah, if I can get the free trial or whatever, I got to remember. See, I got to set a reminder to then cancel it so I don't have to pay for it and all that stuff.
Make a couple emails, you know, get you a couple.
Okay. All right, it's making it harder for me to watch my Packers.
Exactly. Well, hopefully this will be the only time.
No, it won't be. It won't be. All right, Savannah, what's coming up?
Guys, we're not tracking any rain early this morning, but by the afternoon, some showers are going to move in. We'll talk about rainfall amounts we could see Friday afternoon.
And good Friday morning, everyone. It is almost the weekend of the 608. I'm tracking 3 things for you to do with the family. That's coming up.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Brought to you by Toyota.
Dear unbreakable spirit, when the terrain is gnarly, you steady us. When obstacles are ahead, you lift us. When the turf is hostile, you inspire us. Own a legend. Toyota Trucks.
Right now, you can lease a tough new 2024 Tacoma for $319 a month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Experience the Channel 3000 News app today. Tailored for your news the way you want it. With a customizable home page and faster page loads. Download the Channel 3000 News app. Powered by News 3 Now.
We know Wisconsin workers can get the job done.
But China has been taking our jobs.
For years, our government built America's infrastructure with Chinese iron and steel. I said that's got to change.
Tammy Baldwin wrote the law to make sure American projects are made with American iron and steel. Now we're getting more work in Wisconsin.
With Wisconsin workers.
Tammy Baldwin stood up to China and our government.
She got the job done.
I'm Tammy Baldwin. I approve this message.
Shopping online for a Purple mattress? We get it. With Purple's unique Gel Flex grid and multiple foam layers, you'll experience effortless sleep that's motion adaptive, temperature balanced, pressure relieving, and ultra supportive. But which Purple mattress is right for you? Come to Denver Mattress and test for yourself. During Purple's Labor Day sale, save up to $1,000 on mattress and base bundles and get an instant gift. Shop Purple at Denver Mattress, the easiest way to find your perfect Purple.
Everyone has their own idea of what fitness means to them. Here's what it means to us. We believe fitness can be more than exercise, that it can build a better tomorrow. It can change how you feel. It can build more than muscle. It can build community. And no matter what your reason, the common goal is simple. It's for a better tomorrow. Join us for a better tomorrow.
Blocked from watching the big match? Save the day by using the Bank of America customized cash rewards card and choose to earn 3% cash back on online purchases, like live streaming.
Make your weekends unforgettable with help from Menards. Whether you're soaking up the sun or relaxing indoors, we have what you need for a good time. From creating the perfect place to entertain family and friends, to stocking up on your favorite essentials. Menards is your one-stop shop for your next adventure. Check out all the hot deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Kamala Harris cast the tie-breaking vote that created America's inflation.
The vice president votes in the affirmative, and the bill is passed.
Economists said Harris's vote led directly to the higher prices we pay. 22% more for groceries, 50% more for gas. Mortgage costs nearly double. Thanks a lot, Kamala. Trump had our economy humming. He'll do it again.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
It's 6:13 on your Friday morning, which means it's almost the weekend here in the 608.
You know what that means? Josh Sprider is here to help us plan the weekend. Josh, what do you have for us this weekend?
Hey, good morning, guys. It is the first full weekend of September, and it's going to be feeling a lot like fall with those temperatures Savannah is tracking. Right now, I have 3 things for you to do with the family. First up, we're talking about Greek Fest Plus. This is an annual festival happening at Assumption Greek Orthodox Church. It's known and loved as Madison's longest-running ethnic festival for 57 years. This year, the vibrant celebration of cultures, traditions, and community returns on Saturday noon to 7 and Sunday from 11 to 6. Organizers say there will be Greek dancing and music, delicious homemade food, church tours, and a bake sale. Also happening this weekend, Wild Wild West Days in Mazomanie. This is their 67th annual event happening today, Saturday, and Sunday in Lions Park. There's a variety of activities going on, from the carnival, truck and tractor pull, parade, and demo derby. Finally, it's time for Pancakes and Planes. This is at the Waunakee Airport on Sunday from 7:30 to noon. The hot pancake breakfast is $10 for adults and $7 for kids 12 and under. Weather permitting, you can even go for an airplane ride for a soaring view of Madison and Waunakee. That sounds pretty cool, doesn't it? And tasty as well. Remember, we're home for what's happening in the 608. Just go to channel3000.com and click on that in the 608 section, or you can also visit our Madison Magazine friends on there as well. So they got the community calendar keeping you busy.
Yes, every weekend. And I know, we're going to have those fall-like temperatures a couple of days. Then Sunday, those temperatures shoot right back up. So perfect time to get out and about.
It's crazy. I was just talking to Savannah about that. I'm like, we're going to get this little tease. And then it's like, what do they call it? It's like fake fall.
Yeah.
And then we have fool summer. Or it's like that last little bit that we're going to get.
Yeah. It's like the opposite of the full spring and the fake spring and like all that stuff when we think it's going to happen. But yeah, we also got a Badger home game on Saturday. We've got the Ironman going on this weekend in Madison. There's just so much to do. I did not know about those 3 things going on. So thanks for letting us know.
And that's what's hard is we're getting to that time of the year too. All these fall festivals are starting up, and then like there is a lot happening. Wherever you are in your community, you're going to be able to find something.
Food and fun can't go wrong there.
That's always the best, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Especially food.
Exactly. Exactly.
Thanks, Josh.
Yes.
You bet.
Josh is always looking for inspirational stories to share with you folks. Reach out on social media or email him for a chance to be featured.
Checking in now with Savannah Brito here now with our forecast. What's it looking like this morning?
Guys, temperatures are a little bit warmer than what we have seen. I will say with all of those things to do across Madison, I've never lived in a city where there's an ample amount of things to do. So very excited to get out and about this weekend. Temperatures will be a little bit on the cooler side today and tomorrow, fall-like, but then we'll have summer-like weather return kind of by Sunday. We'll see the upswing of things, but then definitely by early next week, temperatures are going to be pushing the 80s. After a chilly night, though, we'll see temperatures fall. Widespread lower to mid-40s expected. I do think some areas will wake up to the upper 30s. There is a frost advisory for northern Wisconsin and then also northern portions of Minnesota. So I don't think we're going to see any frost, or at least widespread frost. It's not quite cool enough. Temperatures won't fall that much. And then tomorrow, temperatures only making it into the lower 60s. Could see a couple of mid-60s. I did leave us at a high forecast set at 64. Not as warm as the second half of the weekend. We do have to get through the showers we're going to see, though. This is 1 p.m., so almost pushing past that lunchtime hour north of Madison, and then through the afternoon into the early evening, scattered. Some areas will not see any rain. No storms are expected, but a few spotty, heavier showers. That's going to remain in the forecast through your Friday afternoon. Clearing out pretty quickly, but that's allowing or will allow temperatures to drop very quickly tonight for all those Friday night light games as well. And then tomorrow, like I mentioned, after a chilly start where you will probably want a light, maybe even a medium jacket, will rise into the lower 60s. So again, probably want to have that sweatshirt or jacket handy even into tomorrow. It will be windy also. Winds are not that big of a deal yet, but we're going to see winds pick up to about 15 to 20 miles per hour, even close to 25 at portions in time. So keep in mind that yes, it'll be cooler, but also breezy. And then by Sunday, we're going to be up to 74. Then the 80s are going to make a return. So warmer weather on the horizon. I know a lot of people are excited for fall, but I'm glad summer's hanging on still.
Just a little taste this weekend.
Yeah, fake fall, right?
There we go. Thanks, Savannah. The Ironman Triathlon is this weekend in Madison. 3,400 athletes competing, but there is one we really wanted to tell you about. Misty Johnson from Washington. She is defying the odds of what most think is impossible. Johnson was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis in 2016. It's a condition that makes her almost completely blind. It also makes her legs and feet numb and her speech slurred. These symptoms get worse when she exercises too. Despite all this, though, she has done 3 Ironmans so far. This year is different. She's going to be doing the half and the full Ironman. Her husband is going to be with her every step of the way. The driving force that will get them through this finish line, best through her words. Listen to this.
I've been through so much worse. The Ironman is hard, but I've done all the training, I know that I can make it.
Incredible. So she's going to be swimming, biking, and running a total of 210.9 miles this weekend.
Really facing adversity head on.
Oh, just incredible.
Yes, love the story. Well, still ahead, we'll talk with Madison Magazine about this month's cover story.
And as we head to break, a look at gas prices. We'll be right back.
Monday, help us pack the truck to kick off Coats for Kids.
Gas, groceries, school supplies, everything costs more. Eggs are almost twice as much as they were 4 years ago. Biden, Harris, and the Democrats keep telling us things are better. They aren't better. And Tammy Baldwin is making it worse, raising taxes, running up debt, voting for spending that's driving inflation. 25 years in Washington and she's done nothing. It's time for a change.
I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message.
Okay, 500 deluxe garden gnomes. Wow.
I only meant to order 5. There's not enough money in my account for these. I'm gonna get charged.
2 things I just can't deal with: overdraft charges and garden gnomes. But your BMO Smart Advantage checking account gives you an extra day to avoid an overdraft fee.
Nice to see a bank cutting people some slack.
Well, mistakes happen, and we give you time to correct them.
So you don't like gnomes, huh? What about that one?
That one I like a lot.
BMO. With Sweeto Metal Roofing, you get quality metal roofs installed by the best in the business. A metal roof means no fading, no storm repairs, true sustainability, and lower energy bills.
Sweeto Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
I have prepared a Thomas's breakfast for you to savor together.
Thanks, Tom. Hey, are English muffins from England?
Heavens, no. They're from the pantry.
Are you from England?
Nay, I am also from the pantry. Huzzah! A toast to breakfast.
Phones were made to help us connect, yet somehow they've made us less connected. Which is ironic. Don't you think? We try to put our phones down, but we need to pick them up to see the menu. We can't watch something without also watching something else.
Ironic.
Ironic. But look, here's a phone company who wants you to use your phone less.
That's ironic.
Yeah, but in a good way. Let's find us again with Us Mode. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
Traffic jam.
Ugh, and I'm already late.
Here's a few things I believe. Middle-class families, like the one I grew up in, they want common sense solutions. You want lower prices and lower taxes. I believe you want to just not get by, but you want to get ahead. We must create an opportunity economy where everyone has a chance to get a car loan, buy a home, start a business. But most of all, that instead of being focused on the politics of the past, we need to be thinking about the future. I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
Hi, I'm Sue Jenick, League of Women Voters of Dane County President. Know who you are going to vote for and why. Think about your values and what is important to you and your family. Seek out information about the candidates. On October 22nd, the League of Women Voters will publish candidates' answers outlining their beliefs and priorities for voters.
3 things to know, part of News 3 Now's 3 Cares Community Impact. News 3 Now, covering election 2024 every step of the way. From Chicago
As Kamala says, when we fight, we win.
to Milwaukee
The energy is there, and we want to be part of it.
and everywhere the candidates stop in our crucial swing state.
My 4th trip to Wisconsin since I became the VP nominee.
We'll be there, talking to you, the people, and covering the issues that matter right here. 3 for the people, only on News 3 Now, moving forward.
Hey, welcome back. Madison Schools is trying out a new spin on lunch, and it is nothing like the stuff that we grew up eating.
That's right. Madison Magazine dives into the topic for its cover story this month.
Here to talk about it is the writer Emma Waldinger and Josh Perkins from Madison Metro Schools. Good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Really interesting article.
Yes. So you took a look at the pilot program and how it's made from scratch. So what did you find most fascinating about this?
So when I started researching this article, I thought I knew school lunch as someone who went to public school all through my K-12 career, and what I realized very quickly is I knew nothing about it. It's so interesting how many nuances are in running a school lunch program. It's finances, it's making sure the food is nutritionally compliant according to USDA regulations. It's also providing care and you know, kind of being someone that children can connect with when they go through the lunch line. There's just all these different components. There's policy components. So it was really something that I had to do a lot of research and wrap my brain around to truly understand what everything that goes into being a food and school nutrition director like Josh.
Yeah, Josh, this is a fascinating program. We're talking, fresh fruits and veggies, stuff made from scratch. But doing this to scale, I mean, you're talking about infrastructure inside of school kitchens, a separate site that you have to make all this food and prepare it. The cost of doing all this, the program looks great, sounds great. How realistic is this when you start talking about it on a district-wide level?
Yeah, as Emma says in the article, it's a long road. You have to do this carefully. The quality result is the main thing you have to deliver. So rather than go as quickly as you might want to, you have to consider training for staff. Staff have to feel confident and comfortable. You have to consider equipment, and all the schools are a little different. So kind of where we are right now is we've had great success at the Nuestro pilot, and we're looking at taking what really worked well there and moving a couple sites at a time and just thinking about what the long pathway is, but we want to keep the momentum going.
So a question I had after reading the article was, considering the referendum on the ballot November 5th, is any of that money, because that money will go to renovating and upgrading a lot of elementary and middle schools, would any of that money go towards kitchens? Is that going to help speed this process up?
It could, yeah. There is a list of schools, I believe it's 7 schools, that are on the next referendum project, and the infrastructure, the facilities upgrade would include the kitchen facilities.
Okay. Well, it's a fascinating article. I recommend everybody pick up your latest copy of Madison Magazine and check it out. Emma, Josh, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Make your tailgate tail great at Hy-Vee. Fresh ground chuck, $3.98 a pound. Hy-Vee potato chips, just 99 cents. And Coke 6-pack bottles, just $2.98. Save in-store and online, Friday through Sunday at Hy-Vee.
I was a Kamala Harris supporter. That changed after an illegal alien murdered my son, running him over, then driving back and forth over Drew's body 3 times. The man who killed my son had been arrested previously, but Kamala Harris let him go. As San Francisco's DA, Kamala was soft on crime. As a senator, she supported releasing criminal aliens back into our neighborhoods. Kamala Harris is dangerous.
Preserve America PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Shop from the largest selection of Chevy trucks and SUVs in Wisconsin at Bergstrom Chevrolet. All with Bergstrom's negotiation-free upfront pricing, including our exclusive 7-day price protection and money-back guarantees. Stop in or shop and purchase at BergstromChevrolet.com.
They produced yacht rock hits that defined an era. It's Ambrosia. Performing live October 12th at Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. With special guest John Ford Coley. Tickets are on sale now through Ticketmaster. Soft rock that rocked the yacht. Ambrosia, John Ford Coley, October 12th at Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells.
Pin Seekers in the Forest, Wisconsin's favorite golf and entertainment facility. The ideal setting for your game day get-together with a sports bar lounge and delicious food and drink specials. And as always, 60 all-weather golf suites with top tracer technology featuring 22 classic courses. The American Family Insurance putting course with 36 holes of fun and challenging mini golf, mini bowling and arcade games, and our 125-plus person event space for any type of party or event. Visit pinseekers.golf for booking information. Pin Seekers in the Forest. What are you seeking?
If you're looking for a new fence or deck, we're running our 60-60-60 sale. You'll get a $60 Visa gift card plus either 60% off the installation or 60-month no-interest financing on your fence or deck. Scan the code to see if you qualify.
Donald Trump's out for control, and he has a plan to get it.
Detailed plans for exactly what our movement will do.
It's called Project 2025, a 922-page blueprint to give Trump unchecked power, using the Justice Department to seek vengeance, monitoring women's pregnancies, cutting Medicare and Social Security. Those are Donald Trump's plans. He'll take control, we'll pay the price.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
Make your tailgate tail great at Hy-Vee. Fresh ground chuck, $3.98 a pound. Hy-Vee potato chips, just 99 cents. And Coke 6-pack bottles, just $2.98. Save in-store and online, Friday through Sunday at Hy-Vee.
New this morning, a teenager from DeForest is missing. We'll have the details, including what led up to the disappearance.
Plus, new policies at UW-Madison regarding protest. We'll tell you what's no longer allowed.
A good Friday morning, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Kyrie Lee. Thanks for waking up with us. We've made it to the end of the week. And if you're headed out the door this morning, things aren't looking too bad for people.
Yeah, it's one of those kind of fall-like mornings.
Yes.
We got a couple of fall-like days ahead of us to get us ready for football, NFL football, high school football, college football, all going on this weekend. Savannah Brito out on the patio to get us ready to head out the door. Hey.
Guys, hey, fall definitely going to settle in only for 2 days, though, and then we have warmer weather that's going to return by Sunday. So the second half of this upcoming weekend definitely is going to be warmer, especially compared to what we're tracking right now. 54 in Madison, so temperatures are actually still falling out there. We do have some 60s, 60 degrees in Stoughton, 62 just southeast of here. Off towards Milwaukee, Janesville, those areas still hanging on to close to the 60-degree mark, too. Black River Falls at 48. We'll see more widespread lower to mid 40s tonight and Saturday night. In fact, the next 2 nights we could have areas fall into the upper 30s. I don't think that'll be the case in Madison, but surrounding areas, especially northwest along the river valley, definitely not impossible. Few scattered showers today, no storms expected. Little rainfall rates. We do have abnormally dry conditions continuing to expand across southern Wisconsin. There's little to no rain going forward aside of what we'll see today. Fall weather, though, today and tomorrow, and then, like I mentioned, warmer temperatures returning by Sunday and Monday. We'll talk about the rain rates we could see today, and then also how warm temperatures are going to be as early as Monday next week, guys.
All right, Savannah, thank you. New this morning, a DeForest teenager is missing. The Dane County Sheriff's Office is asking for your help in the search.
Our Michelle Renee Quinn has the latest details this morning. What can you tell us?
Yes, so the teen is 16 years old, and she was last seen Saturday around 2 p.m. walking along Acker Parkway in DeForest. Now, this is Sienna Rios. She's Hispanic, 5 feet tall, with brown hair and brown eyes. She had glasses on when she went missing. She was wearing dark sweatpants and a black hoodie with a tiger design on the back. Police are asking anyone with knowledge of her whereabouts to contact them at the number on your screen. That's 608-284-6900. Officials say she left her home, headed to a friend's house on foot following an argument, and she has not been seen since leaving her friend's house.
All right, Michelle Renee, thanks for those important details.
Of course.
It is 6:32 now. Meantime, police in Madison are also asking for your help to find a missing man. Take a look at your screen. This is Eric Bull. MPD says that he left his home on the east side on August 24th. Loved ones haven't seen or heard from him since. He left his house on this e-bike you see here. If you know where Eric is, you're going to want to call the Dane County Communications non-emergency line. That phone number is 608-255-2345.
Now to continuing coverage from Whitewater. The community is paying respect to Kara Welsh. The UW-Whitewater student and gymnast was shot and killed last Friday. Dozens gathered inside the university's Center Hamilton room for a vigil to celebrate her life. Welsh was a 2023 national champion on the vault. She also won 2 WIAC championships in that discipline.
Kara always put her team and her teammates first. We stand on the tradition of one family, one team, and one dream. Kara lived and embodied every one of those characteristics.
There's a GoFundMe page to help pay for funeral expenses. If you'd like to contribute, we do have a link on our website, channel3000.com.
Today, the Walworth County District Attorney's Office is expected to formally charge Chad Richards. He is the man accused of fatally shooting Welsh. Tuesday, a judge set his bond at $1 million. Police say Richards shot Welsh last Friday at an apartment near campus after an altercation between the two. They say Richards and Welsh knew each other. Well, it is the start of a new academic year at UW-Madison, and this year students are now subject to some new rules when it comes to protesting.
The university aims to allow freedom of expression without disrupting education. Take a look at the new rules here. Protesters cannot demonstrate within 25 feet of university building entrances. They cannot use bullhorns during finals week, and they cannot block graduation photo locations, such as the Abraham Lincoln statue on Bascom Hill.
The changes come in response to pro-Palestine protests. UW-Madison students called for the university to divest from companies with ties to Israel. Protesters set up an encampment on Library Mall. It was both against university policy and state law. Similar protests happened across the country. Some UW protesters from last year say that they're frustrated with the university's latest actions.
I think we're not totally surprised. I think the university has been very clear that it's invested in protecting the status quo. I mean, in the policy, it says that it wants things to be unhindered, wants to make sure that campus is unhindered. And I really think that's a coded way of saying that they don't want any change.
We did reach out to the university. They say, quote, UW-Madison is committed to protecting and promoting free expression with reasonable time, place, and manner. Restrictions in place to ensure the university can continue to fulfill its responsibilities to teaching, research, and service.
Rural areas of Wisconsin will receive billions in federal funding for electrification. President Joe Biden making that announcement in a speech in Westby this week. It's in the southwest part of the state. That includes more than $500 million for a local electrical co-op. The president says it will mark an investment in clean energy.
It's the most significant transformative investment in electrification and clean energy for rural America since FDR's New Deal nearly 90 years ago.
The appearance was one of President Biden's first since the school shooting in Georgia on Wednesday. He addressed that incident as well in his speech.
And the Trump campaign is responding to President Biden's appearance in Wisconsin. Jacob Fisher from the Trump campaign's Wisconsin operation says in part, quote, since her undemocratic nomination, Kamala has spent her time running away from her record as vice president, offering Wisconsin voters almost no new policy proposals that would differentiate herself from the Harris-Biden administration's record of failure and incompetence. Trump will speak in Mosinee this Saturday. Now to more 3 for the People coverage. We're wrapping up this week deep dive into the issue of abortion.
Our Braden Ross is sharing the stories of 2 women who know the issue firsthand, but now sit on different sides of the debate.
Cindy Sweeney and Heidi Wegleitner have something in common. They've both had abortions. Now Sweeney runs a pro-life crisis pregnancy center, while Wegleitner shares her story in support of abortion rights. Here are their stories.
I was in college. And I found myself pregnant after breaking up with a boyfriend.
Cindy Sweeney's first abortion was nearly 50 years ago now.
My dad wanted to take care of it right away, just because in his mind, it wouldn't be, if we did it really fast, then it wouldn't be a baby.
The next day, she was at a clinic.
When it was over and I'm walking out the building, I knew that it was more than just a blob of cells. I didn't know what to do with those emotions, so I stuffed them.
A few years later, she got pregnant again, but this time she was engaged and about to graduate college.
I thought, Yahoo, I'm marrying this man. It's, we're going to have this baby, but he made me get an abortion.
For decades, Cindy says she carried the guilt and regret that came along with those 2 abortions.
You get really good at stuffing because you don't know what to do with the emotions and just the horror of what you realize that you did. It's an awful prison.
But later in life, she found comfort in her faith.
I made my peace with myself, and that is just a gift I want so many women to have.
Heidi Wegleitner's story is different.
I've been pregnant 5 times. I've had 3 miscarriages, and the second time I was pregnant, I delivered a beautiful, healthy baby boy.
But that pregnancy was complicated.
I was hemorrhaging and they couldn't stop the bleeding. So pregnancy can be really dangerous for people.
So when she found out she was pregnant again, just a year after the overturn of Roe v. Wade stopped all abortions in Wisconsin.
The first thing I felt was just, I don't have control over this potentially real dangerous medical experience, right? I was, at that time, 43 years old.
In a post-Roe world, Heidi says navigating trying to get an abortion only added to her stress.
I didn't have the benefit of being able to get the care from my own doctor that I had a relationship with. I had so many different explanations, so many phone transfers. The system didn't know how to deal with this situation here in Wisconsin.
But one thing these stories have in common, they shaped how these women see the issue politically.
I felt like I didn't have a choice, you know, in my own state. Abortion care is health care, and it should be free and easily accessible for pregnant people.
These are lives. These are children, but not just the children. Please understand, this is a two-sided coin for me. I care about women. There's a trauma to this that a lot of people don't want to look at.
Reporting in Madison, Braden Ross, News 3 Now.
Hour 3 for the People election coverage continues from now until Election Day. Next week, I will tackle the issue of the economy through the eyes of small businesses. Checking in now with Savannah. Savannah, what's coming up?
Guys, abnormally dry conditions are still being reported south of Madison and west of the Dells. We'll talk about if we could see changes in this or maybe if that's going to expand.
And our back-to-school coverage continues in the 608 this morning. I'll show you the unique elements of the music and theater department at Verona Area High School.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
Eric Hovde insulted Wisconsin seniors.
Almost nobody in a nursing home is in a point to vote.
What a jerk. He attacked those who are overweight.
Fine, you want to do that? Your health care is going to cost more.
How insulting is that?
He called farmers lazy.
Look at the old physical toil. Now you're largely driving around a tractor.
This guy doesn't have a clue.
Eric Hovde has insulted just about everyone.
What's wrong with this guy?
I love that my daughter still needs me, but sometimes I can't help due to burning and stabbing pain in my hands. So I use Nervive.
Nervive's clinical dose of ALA reduces nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days.
Now I can help again. Feel the difference with Nervive.
Sometimes Jonah wrestles with falling asleep, so he takes ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, and wakes up feeling like himself. Get the rest to be your best with non-habit forming ZzzQuil. Better days start with ZzzQuil nights.
It takes a rebel to make something beautiful. Beauty takes courage. It's an act of joy. So resist the ordinary and embrace the wow at Floor & Decor.
Right now with Papa Murphy's, we've got a great deal.
Which means I make more great pizza.
Like our $9.99 XLNY pizza. It's everything you'd expect from a classic New York-style pizza, hot and fresh out of your oven. Order now at papamurphys.com.
At 1-800-GOT-JUNK, we'll remove any size mattress, just $59. All you have to do is point. Have a box spring too? We'll take both for just $99. Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
After my son was born, I was having a hard time leaving him, only being able to see him once before going to work and then once before bed. That's just not enough time.
At my old job, my entire check went to daycare to pay to be away from my child. We bring our kids with us in the mornings and they ride with us on our routes and then they go to school.
I'm on a route where I'm the one dropping my kids off at school. It's been phenomenal.
Being able to bring them with me has been really great for our family.
We all share the same roads, but when an accident happens, we don't always share the same consequences. Gruber Law Offices has been winning for people injured in truck accidents for more than 35 years. One call, that's all.
Kamala Harris cast the tie-breaking vote that created America's inflation.
The vice president votes in the affirmative, and the bill is passed.
Economists said Harris's vote led directly to the higher prices we pay. 22% more for groceries, 50% more for gas. Mortgage costs nearly double. Thanks a lot, Kamala. Trump had our economy humming. He'll do it again.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Moving forward in your community. Lending helping hands. Spotlighting the people. Telling the stories. Warning you first. Your local news source. For nearly 70 years. News 3 Now. Moving forward. You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
Well, it's Football Friday, and temperatures are going to be chilly or on the chillier side of things. We'll probably be down into the 50s at that point in time. We will have showers to get through first this afternoon, but overall behind that, as winds increase, temperatures are going to quickly fall. We're somewhere in the 50s right now. Edgerton, one of the warmer areas, at 62, 57 in Belleville, 54 in Madison. Most of southern Wisconsin waking up to the 50s. This also set to change, though, tonight. After the scattered showers, our skies are going to turn mostly clear, that allowing one of the reasons why our temperatures are going to fall. This afternoon, though, temperatures are only going to climb into the lower, maybe a couple of mid-60s. I think tomorrow, more lower 60s across southern Wisconsin. Our winds are back out of the north. You can see some clouds. Eventually, we are going to see an increase of that ahead of the showers, passing clouds on and off throughout the day. Scattered rain moves in around that lunchtime up until 1 p.m. and then I think mostly clear skies heading after about 5, 6 p.m. I think through 4 or 5 we'll still have some scattered activity in the area, but then all of that behind the low pressure system yesterday moving well east of here and out of southern Wisconsin. We're looking at mostly sunny conditions then most of Saturday, all of Sunday, and then going forward, little to no rain is expected. Tomorrow afternoon, like I mentioned, only going to see temperatures warm into the lower, maybe a couple 64, 65s out there across southern Wisconsin, but definitely below average. We work closer to what's normal, our average high across southern Wisconsin at 76. We'll be at 74 on Sunday, but breezy conditions return today and tomorrow. I think by Sunday, winds ease at least a little bit. We're still going to track probably winds up to about 10 to 15 miles per hour, but temperatures, at least the next few days, fall-like, summer-like weather, definitely going to settle back in after Sunday's high of 74. We're going to be in the 80s, possibly as early as Monday. I think everyone will see that more widespread by Tuesday, Wednesday, and then maybe even a couple of upper 80s by Thursday. So next week, definitely looking a lot warmer than this upcoming weekend.
All right, Savannah, thank you so much. And our back-to-school coverage continues now in the 608 this morning.
Josh Sprider's here with a follow-up from yesterday's story. Josh, what do you have for us?
Hey, good morning, guys. So due to some service issues on Thursday's broadcast, we were unable to show you some of the amazing things happening in the Verona Area High School Music and Theater Department. So this morning, we're taking you inside this unique experience for students.
I'm here with educators Eric Anderson and Heather Thorpe. Guys, good to see you.
Good morning.
So you guys have an incredible space here. Eric, where are we standing right now?
So we're in our music lab and recording studio here in the Verona Area High School Music Department. Students in this space can take music production classes where they learn to produce their own music, a creating music class where they learn like singer-songwriter types of techniques. So many opportunities in this space.
Heather, these are unique experiences that a lot of us did not get when we were growing up.
Absolutely, right? Most of us are used to our band, choir, and orchestra, which we have. We have a vibrant ensemble experience here for our students, but we really focus on every single student. We want to make sure there's a home for them here. So whether it's guitar, piano, all the classes that Eric talked about, there's a place for every student here.
And the technology, I mean, some of this stuff is pretty wild. Like, I feel like I'm out in California at some recording studio right now.
Yeah, we really want to make those real-world connections for our students so that not only are we building lifelong lovers of music, but we're also making those potential future career connections for students to be able to see themselves using the same type of professional technology in this space that they would use if they were literally a professional recording studio engineer.
I think that just goes to show just how much of an impact music can have on someone's life.
Absolutely. Our students talk about that. I've been around for a while, so I have students that come back and go, I'm able to have this high executive experience because of the experience I had in my music class in high school. I learned those leadership skills. I learned those collaborative skills. And we just have so many students that come back and just say, I'm successful because of what I did here.
So obviously, first week of school, you know, now's the time for these kids to get involved, right? Like, that's your best advice for them?
Right, yeah, just take a risk, take a chance, try something new that you maybe haven't tried before. We provide so many different ways for students to become musicians or let their inner musician or actor come through in the experiences that we provide. And now's the best time to get started.
Well, and of course, Verona, known for the performing arts. You guys have a big performance coming up here in a couple of weeks we got to talk about.
Yeah, we do. In 3 weeks, we have our fall musical. We're doing Freaky Friday, which is just an outstanding show. We open on the 26th of September. We have 4 shows show, the 26th, 27th, and 28th. We have over 80 kids involved, whether in the cast, the pit, the crew, and just everybody's collaborating together. We started this summer, and we're excited about the show coming up.
You know, it's cool to see 80. That's a lot of people. Like, that's a big investment from a lot of these kids.
Absolutely. These kids know, like, they are going to experience this a high-level performing experience, a high level of how to run the soundboard, how to run the lights, building the entire set. These kids are learning all those skills, and so they're just been super excited.
Awesome. Well, hey, appreciate your guys' time this morning, and thank you so much for the tour.
You're welcome. Thanks for being here.
Yes, hope you guys have a great school year.
Isn't it wild how things have changed so much from when we were in school?
Boy.
I'm like, we never had anything close to that at our fingertips in my school.
Full-blown recording studio?
Isn't that wild?
Makes you a whole record, a whole album.
Yeah, but that stuff, if it's not going to lead to a career, at least it's going to get them, thinking about it, and they're going to be able to try something, and then maybe that's not their thing. Maybe it's broadcast TV, like whenever I was in school, and I got to try anchoring for the first time. It was high school. It was those opportunities that can lead to a career down the road.
You never know what's going to shape a kid's life, right? It's those little things sometimes.
Yes.
Cool. Thanks for showing us.
Yeah,
Good stuff
you bet.
from Verona. All right, Josh is always looking for inspiration to share in the 608. If you have an idea for one of his segments, a lot of them wind up on TV. Reach out and let him know about it. All right, 6:50 coming up in the morning sprint. We're going to tell you about a change coming to Mall of America.
But first, if you have a little kid turning 3 soon, please let us know so we can share their picture on TV. You're watching News 3 Now this morning. We'll be right back.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Women need to pay close attention
to what Eric Hovde says about access to abortion.
Hovde's all in about opposing reproductive rights.
I am totally opposed to abortion.
And he wanted Roe overturned.
Do you think Roe versus Wade should be overturned?
Yes. So Eric Hovde is okay with politicians overruling decisions of doctors like me.
My patients worry about what Hovde will take away next.
A vote for Eric Hovde means we'll lose even more control over our lives.
Women Vote is responsible for the content of this ad.
I'm so happy. I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
I just this morning made a new hole in my belt, so that was super exciting.
Why are women everywhere choosing Sonobello, the advanced solution for permanent fat removal?
I saw the results immediately. It's the best I have felt since I was in my 20s.
My waist is tiny. I'm very, very happy.
I'm nearly 50, y'all, and my abs haven't been this flat since before I had kids.
For a limited time, take advantage of Sonobello's best offer of the year. Sonobello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells for good on your stomach, hips and thighs, back, and so much more.
Check it out, Snatch Waist. Loving the results.
It will change your life. It did for me.
Call 1-888-510-6198 now or go to sonobello.com to claim special pricing.
Now is the best time to buy new Champion windows because when you buy 2, you get 2 free.
Hurry, Champion's Buy 2, Get 2 free sale is for a limited time.
That's a great deal. Thanks.
Call 888-4CHAMPION or schedule your free in-home estimate online today.
Dreaming about house projects? Do it during this fun event and save on wood, carpet, tile, and luxury vinyl. We'll help you with our interior design staff and the best installers in the business. Save at H&R Carpets and Flooring, Wanakee.
Okay, 500 deluxe garden gnomes. Wow.
I only meant to order 5. There's not enough money in my account for these. I'm gonna get charged.
2 things I just can't deal with: overdraft charges and garden gnomes. But your BMO Smart Advantage checking account gives you an extra day to avoid an overdraft fee.
Nice to see a bank cutting people some slack.
Well, mistakes happen, and we give you time to correct them.
So you don't like gnomes, huh? What about that one?
That one I like a lot.
BMO. Democrats say everything's great, but when you're on a fixed income struggling to pay for gas, groceries, or medicine, it doesn't feel great.
Biden-Harris created this mess.
And Tammy Baldwin's been right there with them.
25 years in Washington. What's she done?
Raised taxes.
Added trillions in new debt.
And gave stimulus checks to illegals.
I'm Eric Hovde. I approve this message.
I like a stimulus check.
I'd like you to take out the trash.
Bus Rapid Transit begins Sunday, September 22nd. Visit mymetrobus.com.
6:53, time for the morning sprint.
New this morning, the Dane County Sheriff's Office is asking for your help to find a missing DeForest teen. Loved ones last saw 16-year-old Sienna Rios, who you see on your screen here, on Saturday afternoon around 2. She was last wearing glasses, dark sweatpants, and a black hoodie with a tiger design on the back. If you have any information about her whereabouts, please call the number on your screen.
Meantime, police in Madison asking for your help to locate a missing man. Eric Bohl, up on your screen right now, left his home on the east side on August 24th, and loved ones haven't seen or heard from him since. He left on the e-bike we're showing you. If you know where Eric is, call the Dane County Communications non-emergency line.
Today, the Walworth County District Attorney's Office is expected to formally charge Chad Richards. He's the man accused of fatally shooting UW Whitewater gymnast Kara Welsh. On Tuesday, a judge set his bond at $1 million. Police say Richards shot Welsh last Friday at an apartment near campus after an altercation. They say Richards and Welsh knew each other.
This Sunday is the Iron Man in Madison, and that means some road closures to talk about. The roads in black on your screen will be closed for the running portion. Those closures last from 11 in the morning to midnight. The roads in red and blue are only open in one direction. You can find more details on channel3000.com.
The Mall of America is adding gunshot geolocation technology. The Minnesota Shopping Center has not said when it will go into effect, but the technology would help spot the location of an active shooter. It would also immediately alert law enforcement. A teenager died in a shooting at the mall in 2022. More than 150 cities use similar technology. The Packers kick off the season tonight in Sao Paulo, Brazil. It's the NFL's first ever game in South America. Green Bay takes on Philadelphia. Kickoff tonight is at 7:15 on Peacock. There will be commentary in English, Spanish, and Portuguese.
And we are tracking fall-like weather the next couple of days, but by Sunday we're up to 74. 80s are going to make a return. So yeah, we have a couple of fall-like days ahead, but summer weather is here. And I mentioned earlier we had a both of your guys' teams. We didn't have a Bears story, so I got the hoodie on this morning.
I thought you came out in the Bears gear.
Chris is like, ew.
Yeah, like
sorry,
what?
guys. I had to do it.
All right. Thanks, Savannah. We're back in 30 minutes.